Hello, and welcome to Football Manager. It's not the first time I've ever played it. You're probably hoping that based off of the title, but I am going to do something unusual today. I'm just going to start a save. I recently went through and counted up the hours I've played on Football Manager in the last 10 years. It came out to just over 11,000 hours, which is troubling, concerning, deeply. Feel like I could have touched grass once or twice in the last decade, but that aside, normally when I start saves, there's loud music and hype videos and like fireworks going off on stream, and it's a very exciting time. I look great in eccentric sunglasses while we're partying around, but I feel like it would be a neat exercise to start my next save, just allowing you guys to see how I actually go about the business of starting up a save in the first place, because there are certain things that are very important to do right off the bat that will set you up for success in your entire save, and nothing's more intimidating than that moment before you even hit continue for the first time. But we'll hit continue a few times. It wouldn't be fun without that. 11,000 hours. How many days is that? All right, fine, I'll look it up. That's 458 days. That means that over the last decade, I have played Football Manager for 1.3 years, which means I have spent, I don't know if I want to know this. The easier way would have been to do that in my head, because I really just had to move the decimal twice, didn't I? But 13%. I have spent 13% of the last decade playing Football Manager. That's impressive. So the save we're starting today is with Manchester United. We're only going to play one season. My friend Nick RTFM, who just recently started playing Football Manager, played his first ever save with Manchester United, and he had an unbelievable season. They won the league and they made the Champions League final. We're going to try and do better than that in that one season. We're going to try and use all of those hours to our advantage and do better than that. I've always done original. Does anybody else do anything else than that? Why? Playing it's like an easy save. Need the serious leagues. We don't need the unserious leagues. I am including MLS in that just so that I don't get chirped for not including my own nation. Otherwise, I wouldn't. They want me to include Wales? Honestly, I don't even care. It's one season. They're doing that probably for development purposes, but I don't know. There's a good wonder kid in Norway. Not that I'm targeting that or anything. Croatia, Serbia, that'll be fine. Oh, Belgium. Definitely Belgium. And Sweden. And I want Giannis Konstantelius to be in there, the Greek guy. Okay, we'll get him in there. Then basically, I'm just going to go through and set all of these to top league only, because we're only playing one season, so it doesn't really, this does not matter for me. We want results calculating for those lower leagues, so we'll do playable. We're going to do view only for leagues like Ireland, but if you have a pretty decent computer, the playable really helps build out the league a lot more. They have full coaching staffs, they have full rosters and everything. So considering we're not running that many leagues, this isn't a problem. I don't need MLS. I want MLS though. I feel like I could sign some super cheeky guy from MLS. I'm gonna get rid of Sweden. I'm gonna get rid of Ireland. Now I'm fine. Okay, we've got it down to 2.5 star estimated game speed. Everything else is fine. And I will be continuing this save on stream. Basically right after this video comes out. There'll be more fireworks and fun sunglasses there. There's also a save I'm really excited for. Very good challenge, because Nick did an incredible job in his first season at Manchester United, and it basically means that I am almost guaranteed to fail. The press conference. Look, the first time I ever saw this, I thought it was really neat, but this part of joining a club I just hate. Like, oh yeah, dude, I have no idea who Manchester United is for sure. What if I just turn Anthony into a star? All right, the only important thing on this screen is qualify for the Europa League is their expectation. Latter stage is the FA Cup. Latter stage is the Champions League. Be competitive in the EFL. All this stuff's very, very normal. They want to sign players to sell for profit. So I probably can't sign anybody from the Saudi League. Do that every month. And we're ready. I already know the main problem we're going to have, dude. I already know the main problem we're going to have. There's only one problem you have when you start a save with a club like this. There's a bunch of giant, stupid contracts that you just have to deal with anyways. Because you can't move the players. You can't negotiate division. There's no point in trying. Rafael Varane's on a $23 million a year contract. How much room do we have in our budget? 9 million. Absolutely gargantuan transfer budget. Who's the game think is our valuable players? Bruno? Garnacho? This is actually the first thing I always catch myself doing when I get to a new team. I just start looking at people to sell because I totally believe that The people that are on the team right now are not the people I'm going to want to be on the team, especially at a team like this where you feel like, you know, if you're starting with United or Chelsea or maybe even like a Tottenham, there's going to be the kind of dead weight in those types of guys that you're going to need to move. Well, that's salary. So it's Varane, Rashford, Casemiro. I hate that so much. And he just joined too. We joined in January. Yeah, he's not going to leave. I think I might want Jaden back. How much of his wage are they paying? My God, they're not even paying. They're paying, what is that? $4.5 million of 18 million. I don't want to do the math. That's a hell of a lot less than 50%. That's depressing. Is that real? Is that what they were actually paying him in real life? That's disgusting. All right, so the first guy in the chopping block is definitely going to be Christian Eriksen, because if we are going to play, we are certainly not going to be out techniquing our opponent. Christian Eriksen doesn't really fit that style of play. It'd be difficult to find a suitable club for his wage demands. That's where Saudi Arabia comes in, right? That's what I've been told. Dude, Anthony Martial is 27 years old. Oh, that is outrageous. I'll pay part of his wage. We can just hand him off to somebody else. I'm sure there's somebody else out there that we could sign. Normally, when I do like tutorial videos, I recommend people go in and set up their squad so that they can sort by the ability rating and kind of get a feel for what they're looking at. But I just feel comfortable enough with the attributes that I just kind of, I mean, it's also, I know these players. You know, it's not like I'm starting a non-league save. That could be another fun way to do this video if you guys want to watch that. I do think Anthony is a sentient trash can in real life, but he's got some game. I think he's got a role to play in this team this year. You know, I don't hate this team as much as you'd think. My concern with selling somebody like Harry Maguire's, we might be near on registration, but Shaw, Mount, Rashford, Wan-Bissaka, that's 4. We got 9 going. Tom Huddleston, oh, obviously. 36-year-old Tom Huddleston's in my registration. No, he's not. Get out of here. Tom Heaton. Nah, brother, we're bringing back Jaden. When can I recall him? 28 days? We'll recall Jaden Sancho in 28 days then. Amrabat sucks, man. Who's doing this? All right, before I trash my scouting department trying to set up my staff, let's take a look at the knowledge that they already have in the game. We have no money right now, so I'm definitely interested in anybody that starts the game on the loan list, which we are holding knowledge on 1 player. Which is depressing. I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms. You actually have to play this differently because I know I'm only playing this save for 1 year, so I am not going to just go and grab some of the best wonder kids in the game that we kind of already know about. We're going to have to sign people that we believe can play a very important role with the team this year. How clear of FFP are they in the first place? Oh, Manchester United's super clear of FFP. We just need the money. Oh yeah, there's Greenwood on the team. Well, he's already loaned out to Tafe, and it says he's leaving at the end of his contract at the end of 2025. I don't really want to have that guy on my team anyways, so, I mean, we can just sell him. Maybe we can get our transfer budget from that. Some sort of future deal or something might be on the table. I can't believe Johnny Evans is on this team. Good Premier League player. In what universe? He's terrible. And it's no offense to him. He's 35 years old. Somebody wants Lindelof. I am inclined to make that sale. I'm very inclined to make that sale. I think everybody else on my team's probably going to be staying. That means we're going to need to be shopping in the bargain bin. But now it's time to set up our staff.
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn.
Oh, I just axed basically our entire coaching staff. Wants me to make a tactic, but I don't want to do that yet. It's not time.
Watch the sunrise. Cancel all our plans. We don't need a reason why we just can't. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about.
Oh, that dude's absolutely disgusting. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Team's not really big enough to need more than 1 fitness coach, so that's fine. I have maybe seven coaching spots left.
I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while?
So I use this sometimes. I'm struggling to find a technical defending coach. You can actually sort multiple columns, so I'll sort this, and then you hit this button, and it's sorting low to high, but at the same level. So like all the 16s are then sorted by technique. So I find this guy, who is the best at a fairly high level for technical defending, and I'm good.
We could rent a room and watch the stars dance round the moon. Fall asleep to the sounds of the sea. With you right by my side, it's such a sweet life. Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. Nowhere else to be. Escape this time.
Oh, he's one of those sneaky. Oh, he snuck it back in there. I don't want him as a recruitment analyst, is the thing. I want to... He snuck it back in there while I was trying to talk to you. I want him as a performance analyst, but he's going to get all mad. He won't take this. Yeah. That sucks. What I get. Trying to talk to you people. Gah.
Escape this time with me.
They have 31 scouts. 31. The interesting thing here is Football Manager is just weird all the time. So they have 31 scouts, and I'm only allowed 20, which means if I want to redo the scouting team, I'd have to have 11 less scouts. Nothing's worth having 11 less scouts. So I'm actually not going to touch the scouting team.
I know a place where we can go and be alone. So come away with me.
I'm, however, going to dump the chief scout, the general manager, and the technical coach. I need him.
I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me. To run away with me. Don't tell your friends, but let them know we're safe.
All right, baby, last part. We've got the medical staff. Physios, we just want the best ones. I'm going to assume that all of the physios that we have are bad. They are. We're just going to batch get rid of all of them. Because you need a physio for each injured player to be working on them. So as long as we don't have more than 5 injured players at one time, all of those physios will be occupied. And then even if we're over that level, you can usually go to the board and say, hey, I need more physios because I have all these players that are hurt. You know? Sports scientists are great for fatigue reduction and injury prevention. So you want as many of those as you can get to. There's usually so many physios. I like to sort by language. Don't have to send them to a language course. And you get some dude named Alasdair, so that's cool too. I feel like the way they've made Manchester United bad in this game is they actually just made their made their staff really bad. I usually use loan managers, but I feel like I want one now.
And coastal plains.
This little 3 of 4 tool, like the match tool up there, God, that is a lifesaver, isn't it?
Making our way to a distant place, just us two.
And just like that, every spot on our staff is dealt with. Now, there are the staff responsibilities, but I actually don't like doing those until we actually have the people that we want to assign our responsibilities to. So you kind of enter into a bit of a weird waiting period right after you start a save, because it takes a couple of weeks for everything to get situated. What we can do in the meantime is actually set up our tactic. And I got a little secret for you. If I want to understand exactly what my team looks like and then start making adjustments, I basically always start building it in my mind as a 4-3-3. It's like the first tactic I ever felt comfortable with, and it really helps me visualize the different types of players that we have on the team. It puts them in food groups for me almost. Do a nice little filter, get rid of the players that aren't at the club. It gets rid of all those loan guys, which helps. I don't think I want Anthony starting. At least we're going into the preseason. We're going to want Bruno Fernandes. He's going to be here. This is a very or we're just going to build up a very simple feeling tactic right now. Garnacho's crossing isn't very good, but I like having somebody that's just going to have pace and kind of push the tempo on the outside. I have no idea what I really want to do at striker. I guess I have to just go with Højlund for right now, but he's going to miss the start of the season, so there is a possibility that we're at least hanging on with Anthony Martial before we get to that point. Team sucks. We really don't have a lot of wingers. I need to bring Jadon Sancho back. We're going to recall Jadon Sancho in 28 days. We don't have the money to go out and get better players, really. And so bringing back Jadon Sancho and having him play with this team seems like the best way to do it. Højlund hurt, though. We'll just do something that looks like this. We'll bring Anthony here. We'll have Garnacho cutting in his... No. We do something that looks like that when these guys are in. That gives me an idea. Like, immediately, I now know that we are short on wingers. So even though I liked Jadon Sancho before, I really like him now because he's somebody that fits into our registration and can come in and play as a winger. And Dortmund's not paying a lot of his wage anyways. So what's the productive part of that? We're maybe a little crowded in the midfield. We've got Mount, McTominay, Eriksen, and Amrabat, and... well, I guess just Amrabat, who's not in the team. But compared to the fact that we're basically super thin everywhere else on the team, I definitely know that I want my squad to be bigger than it is right now. So that's all taken care of. It's time for us to actually take a look at our training. And in every save, for some reason, in Football Manager, you are forced to import your training schedules. I already have them pre-built, and then you literally have to save them, and then it works. I'm just going to import the 4 schedules that are like the base that I use. This is absolutely always worth it, though. This saves you so much time. Just build out the schedules you want to do. You know, one match Sunday. This is our basic 2-match training. And then I can just come into the calendar and just place preseason training on all the things that I want here. Oh, I haven't... My preseason's dumb. It's all on the road. It's all on random days. No. That makes sense in real life, but I'm canceling all of those. You can do this multiple friendly match thing and then just knock out friendlies every Saturday. Might as well make myself a little money with the scheduling. I like to do a little midweek right before the season actually starts. That's going to make our training a lot easier to schedule. We're not going to have to deal with weird fixture congestion that we're accidentally making in the preseason. I realize why people don't necessarily do that in real life, but it just makes things easier for us. And then there was set pieces. It makes you take this also, which is super annoying, because my set piece coach isn't in yet, but I do basically the same thing every single time. Hybrid, no posts, defend the box, near post delivery, stay high, in swinger. Then I have my head of youth development setting it up, which is just dumb, but I just don't have my actual staff yet. It'll be there. Always set those to 1 week. I don't know. I'm not buying that it ever does anything bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, look at this. Look at the atmosphere, man. See, I'll be honest. If this stays the same the whole time, then we're not gonna win anything. Aims to the Premier League season. I said Champions League. Board expectation was Europa League, but everybody here is happy for that. So, Champions League. Reach the latter stages. Everybody's good with that? Okay. FA Cup. Is there like reach the latter stages? Everybody's okay with that? Everybody accepts the code of conduct. Cool. Did that help? Oh, baby. Almost like I've played this game a little bit. And yet somehow that still just hits so hard every time I watch that happen. Oh, it still hits so hard. Press conference, honestly, I'm surprised it took me as long as it did to delegate them, but you have to do the first one. So we'll just click option 2 every time. Real hunger from everybody, you know? I had a real hunger to not have to do this press conference. Because you can't actually damage your relationship with the board if you don't do this. It's famous as one time Dr. Benji got fired for not doing the introductory press conference. Survived my one press conference of my career. It was a close one. Why did they change? Wow. Still, some things about this game blow my mind. 11,000 hours, dude. I have no idea why I can't do a recovery after the match. But, oh, I don't have any physios. I'll be able to fix that. Never mind. I need sports scientists for recovery, by the way. I know I misspoke and said the other thing, but... work permits. It's gonna be 14 days before we get all of our staff in, but they will all be here. No offers for any of them. Oy. All right, we are going to put Eriksson on the transfer list, and I think I'm just immediately going to try and hire an intermediary. Lindelof, there seems to be interest, so I'm just going to get like a firm offer out there and go with 15 million and just see how he's feeling. Anthony Martial, I just don't think we're going to be able to move at all. He strikes me as the type of player that is basically an immovable object. That being said, we will just start floating actual prices. Sometimes that can shake things open. I actually don't hate Eriksson. I just don't think, like, we're gonna have to play with a lot of energy, and most of our team is like athletic idiots. So we're just gonna have to do that, right? Even if they're not in real life, they are in FM. So we need to play like it. Eriksson's like a lemon in this team. Look at the change in the club atmosphere and the cohesion. It all shot up so much. Well, let's have a good preseason, then we can be off and running. You know, we're basically just gonna have to make this work with the guys that we have in the locker room, though. I mean, maybe a few bargain brands, but that's it. Means it's time to set up recruitment focuses. Are you ready? So I'm not. All my scouts are already here. So we're gonna have a Wonder Kid scouting role. I mean, you gotta have one of those, right? We're gonna have somebody looking for center backs. Title this Big Boy. Spice of life, you know. Oh yeah, the Wonder Kid thing, I forgot to change the age. I do that all the time, by the way. Every single time I set up a Wonder Kid scouting thing, it just doesn't work. We need a left back. Definitely just anyone. We have so many scouts, I feel like I can just kind of set this up. Going crazy. So, Pacey Boy, we want to have that top priority. We're looking for wings that are going to be able to play a role. We're looking for strikers that are going to be able to play a role. Okay. Now, I'm not making this overcomplicated. We're very fluid, like, in terms of what we could incorporate into our tactic. You know, I feel like, who am I to judge right now? I'm not adding too many crazy things to our scouting. I'm not going over the top with it. I'm not going through the process of assigning specific scouts to, to specific roles. We've got a very good chief scout who's going to be on the way in, going to be able to organize all this for us. That's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, technically. So that should be all of our scouts immediately off and running. Now, it's only going to show me people that they already know, but somebody like Patson Daka could actually be a fun one. Taiwo Awani would also be fun. He is a great pressing forward. Very strong, athletic, kind of aggressive guy. Very underrated. Holy Trinity right here. 21, 28 million. Very accessible price tag for your boy. Think maybe we get a loan to buy Evan Ferguson. That'd be the real cheeky one. You ready? Do one of those loan offers. They want a mandatory future fee. Okay, what if I do an optional future fee? Right, optional future fee is 85 million. They want payouts. What about an optional future fee of 90 million, and then you get a bonus if we win the Champions League of 5? They want a monthly playing fee. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me try that tomorrow. Let me try it. We'll come back to it. My favorite move, coming back the next day. Oh, they put in some work. Okay. Okay, we need to not include names found in other things. The Wonder Kid's just going to pick up everybody else, too. What I like about the way it works now is that they only really bring you people that they feel like would be affordable to you, so they don't really they don't chuck you the Kylian Mbappe's of the world. One of my physios has decided that they are not going to play. They're not going to play for me. They're not going to heal for me. How dare they not heal for me? Dude, Lissandro Martinez just got hurt. I don't have my physios in yet. Chill, man. Chill. It's like the culling for 2 weeks, you know. If I can get Lindelof to leave. He's okay with that. Okay, him and Eriksson are down to leave. Yeah, Martial's probably down to leave too. He's got okay, I'm happy here. Ooh, yeah. Probably should have known that. I'm sure under the hood, even though it says balanced because FM doesn't want to get sued, I'm sure that there are some problems attempting to deal with him. Consider that a negotiating win right there. Honestly, I've been through a lot of recruitment meetings in my life, and I feel like the vast majority of the time, it's just not a particularly engaging moment. But I am happy to see that Everton is apparently interested in Christian Eriksen. That's quite neat. We would love to get some actual money for him. So we have drawn Newcastle in our opening friendly with 2 goals from Mason Mount and 1 from that Charlie McNeil guy, because apparently everybody else is still on vacation. But that's what starting a save looks like with 11,003 hours on Football Manager. There's no secret sauce to this game. I mean, sure, you can use the editor and cheat if you want, but especially when you're joining a big club that doesn't have much of a transfer budget, it's taking stock of what you have, making sure you get the right coaching team in, figuring out how not to bankrupt your club, and setting up a basic tactic that you feel like you're going to be able to not lose some games with. The real challenge is handling everything that comes after this, and that will happen on stream. So I'll see you guys there. If you want more help with Football Manager, this is a Football Manager tutorial I've decided to put there. because it looks cool to point at something, and it will help you. But also, how cool is this? Pretty cool.